Hi, this is Keith with Tour Collierville, and I'm here today with John Stamps. Welcome, John.
Thank you. I appreciate you letting me be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, John is a longtime Colliervillian, a family in Collierville. He's with the Stamps Real Estate Company. He's also an alderman for the city, and so glad to have you here today. And if we could start a little bit, tell us about the history of your family in Collierville. I know the Stamps name's been around a long time.
Yeah, well, thank you. And again, thanks for letting me be here because I watch these all the time. And so now this is an honor to be here, so I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a fourth generation Colliervillian, is I guess the best way to put it. My granddad and my dad grew up here. I didn't grow up here. When my parents got married, we moved away. And then I came back. My uncle always said that you need to raise your family here. So I ended up bringing them back here, probably in '95.
95.
Yeah.
That's right when I moved into this area. It was 94.
Yeah.
Cool. So it seems like that was yesterday, but
yeah,
it
really does.
But that's 20 something years ago.
You know? I know, 23. Yeah.
That's crazy. So you're fourth generation. That means your great grandfather, is that?
Yeah, my great grandfather. He was a merchant here in town.
Was he?
Yes,
What did he do? Was he on the square?
He was off the square. He had a little store. He was a merchant as well. He was like, I think, a little goods store of some sort. My grandfather started the Stamps Oldsmobile dealership.
Oh, really? Okay.
Here in town, and that was in the '70s. Yeah.
Gotcha. Do they still have Oldsmobile? I haven't seen.
No, they stopped.
Did they stop?
Yeah,
wow.
they stopped some years ago.
I thought so. Yeah. I was thinking that they might have. So, all right. Well, so you do a couple things, being in the real estate, but also an alderman. We could kind of go through real estate first. How'd you get into that? When did that start?
Well, I guess basically when I bought my first house, I got really excited about it. It was a lot of fun. And somebody said, John, you'd probably be really good at that. So I bought my first house, got into real estate. I did 2 jobs for a number of years. And
what was the other job?
I worked for Northwest Airlines.
That's right. That's what I was thinking.
Customer service. And then once I realized I liked the real estate better, and I just wanted to make that transition. It took several years, and then I got into real estate and have been doing it for about 23 years now.
23 years, okay.
Yeah.
And you've grown, so I know sometimes you refer to it as the Stamps collection as well, but it's kind of grown, and it has some. You're a broker, right? So you have other agents.
Yeah. Actually, getting into that 23 years ago, I started what I call my tour of duty. I started with other real estate companies to build my resume up and to build my brokerage, and then I was managing broker of a couple of companies and got some experience in different areas. And then I just said, I can do this on my own. So I thought, like we all do.
Sure, yeah.
But just kind of taking some of my own ideas and throwing them out there and making it my own. And because I really enjoy it, and I like being able to work with people and try to make things work. And so it was 7.5 years ago I started up here on the square.
Okay, gotcha. And so you're on the square, right by Square Beans.
Right next to
I think
Square
most
Beans.
people know it's Square Beans. Yeah.
And Hewlett Dunn boots.
Yeah, Hewlett Dunn. Yeah, everybody knows Hewlett Dunn.
I wear their boots.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I love that store. That's awesome. I can't let myself go in there unless I just have expendable money, because I'm gonna spend money if I go in.
Absolutely.
But they're awesome. So so your office is there. I know you've done some renovations and. Recently.
Yeah, I've been there about 7 years, and about 1.5 years ago, Mr. Kelsey said he was going to retire, so I got the opportunity to buy the building and then make some changes to it. So
awesome.
What I found out is that it costs a lot of money to make something look old again.
That's right.
And but I wanted to go back to the hardwood floors that were original with the building, and then find some brick that was up in the building and on the walls, drywall, and changed it around, and got some pretty good feedback from it.
Oh, it looks awesome. Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, I was over there for an open house thing, and it looks great. So, about how many agents do you have working?
I have 12 agents.
12 agents.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So so you're growing pretty well.
Yeah, I think we're doing good. We're trying to create our niche in the market, just of being a small town, family oriented, small business, and it seems to be working.
How's Collierville going to do this winter? I know we've had a good year, but as we go into the winter, how's the market going to hold up?
Good question, because a lot of people ask me how the market's doing. And earlier this year it was really well. It did really good for quite a while. And then we got to a certain point where it just slowed down. And I don't think it was just real estate. A lot of businesses did that right when the kids got back into school. And then there was a lull there for a while, but now it's picked up again. So when you ask about winter, right now I've got several things that are going on. And I hopefully will feel that that's going to carry into the new year too.
Gotcha. Then you think next spring it'll be a frenzy again?
I do. I'm hoping. I think that all the signs mark that we were in a good economy, and that we're going to keep moving forward in a good economy, and that yes, that things will be. it's all about confidence.
Sure.
And when in all the years I've done this, it seems like around the holiday season that when the families get together, if all the families are talking about, yes, this is good, that's good, this is good, then when we leave our families, we get out into the real world, things just seem, everybody makes decisions from that point. It's just kind of one of my weird observations.
That's an interesting concept. I think there's got to be some truth to that. That's interesting. I've never thought of it that way. But you come together, and then you have some. You feel like you've vetted some of your ideas. You've got some backing, or you've decided one's not. So then you take action.
Yeah, you got that crazy uncle that's got years of experience in the past. He's going to tell you all his
That's
stuff.
right.
You got everybody else, and you put all that together. And if the feeling is that I feel pretty good about this, and I mentioned to my family I was going to buy a house, or I mentioned that I was going to do this. That's what I want to do. And you either get encouragement to move forward, because that's where it all comes from our families,
right?
Or you get discouragement and people will kind of shut down. So I just kind of, in January, I kind of watch and see what's the temperature check. How did it go in my family? How did it go in other people's family? And usually from that point, January starts out really good and strong. And then the weather tapers things down a little bit, and then it gets strong again.
So we hope for good family endorsements and confidence throughout the season.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's move to the alderman a little bit.
Okay.
And we've had an alderman in here before, so we know a little bit about it.
Yes.
I know that you guys just came through an election, so we have we know who they're all going to be now.
Absolutely.
So remind me how many aldermen are there?
There are 5 aldermen. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're just reelected for how many, for a certain term?
We're staggered. They're 4-year terms, and we're staggered. So 2 years, every 2 years we have, I think we just went through a set of 3 aldermen, and then we'll have 2 mayor and aldermen.
Gotcha. So were you up this time, or are you in a staggered?
Fortunately, I was not.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm in my 2nd year of my term.
So you have 2 more years before you have to campaign and all that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So as an alderman, I know you're pretty wired in. Can you give us an idea what's happening in the world of Collierville governance right now?
Well, there's a lot. It's hard to figure out where to start. But last night I went to the school board meeting, which just not in a capacity of alderman, but just to watch and observe. And they voted to extend the school start times from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. for the high school.
I think people will be excited about that, right?
Yeah, it was pretty controversial, actually, pretty controversial.
Really?
It was really tough for the school board to make that decision. In fact, it was a split vote, and they talked about that was the first split vote the school board had experienced yet.
Wow. So
it was a tough thing for the school board. But
I don't have a kid in school, but I'd definitely be on the 7:30 side. I'd be on the 9:30 side. I think.
With anything, there's pluses and minuses, and just observing what they went through, I think it rests more on safety of the children being out that early in the morning, and then they say all the studies are about that students perform better a little bit later, not being so sleepy and groggy. So
that makes sense.
They had to make a decision based on what they were, and they actually formed a committee that spent 6 months doing the study on all of it.
Wow.
And unanimously said that was probably a better thing for the city.
Gotcha.
So
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good that they did their homework. The school did their homework.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
What else is happening?
Well, we just had a meeting about budgeting, and this year was a pretty tough year on budgeting. We started in January, January 4th, actually.
Okay.
And then it ends in May, and then we had some meetings in June. So
the budget will be set for I don't know what the fiscal year
for next year. The fiscal year starts in July. So and it was all voted in.
Okay.
And this was a tough year, a really, really tough year. There's a lot of things that we have to be concerned about. I mean, moving forward, we have to look at the infrastructure. It's just like growing pains with anything.
Sure.
That we're dealing with, but
So, do you expect next year to be tough? Do you think it'll be a lot of?
With what we're experiencing now, we got 51,000 people, and I always make these analogies. It's like your own household, right? I look at it sometimes as the budget for the town is like the budget of your house. I mean, you got to figure out where to allocate funds and where funds go to.
Right.
And so, like, if you need a new roof, you need the car fixed, need the driveway fixed, these things, it's just not unlike the city. We've got roads and streets we got to look at, we've got drainage, we've got buildings that we're responsible for, all these things that we have to to maintain, and we've got a certain amount of money. We've got a $57 million budget, general fund budget, and we've got to figure out where those funds go and how to allocate them. And in the wish list of things, I wish we could do everything, but we can't. We have to sit down.
So
we
you have the
really
things that you have to maintain, things that have to be improved and maintained, and then
Absolutely.
you have the wish list of things that
Yeah.
you want to do. And you mentioned infrastructure, so I think that's, as Collierville is growing, which I think everybody kind of realizes Collierville is growing, infrastructure has to grow with it.
Absolutely.
That seems to be a bit of a catch-22. You need the people here and you need the taxes,
Yes.
but you've got to build the infrastructure for, so
Yes.
I can imagine that's a particular challenge.
Yeah, it is. And then when you have, like we're gonna, this next year, we're gonna have to get underneath Poplar Avenue and
Really?
do the sewage and the water drainage and all the infrastructure within that.
Wow.
That's not something we're all looking forward to. So,
No, well, where's it going to be, do you know?
where's it going to be? It's just
Like, where do you have to go under?
well, that's an old street that's been layered and layered and layered over the years and over the years. We have to go directly underneath.
But are you going to cross it somewhere underneath it?
No, we're going to have to. Well, I don't know the exact logistics of how they're going to do it, but they're going to have to dig straight down. Like sometimes when you see street repair up and down Poplar,
Yeah.
it's going to be on a 2-lane road instead of a 4-lane road where you can kind of. So that's the logistics of traffic, and those pipes and everything are directly under the road.
Okay.
And so it's
extensive.
It is.
Yeah,
It will
yeah,
be, and it's
yeah.
going to be hard for a company to get in there and
Gotcha.
it's going to be a big
Gotcha.
challenge.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's going to be a big challenge.
Yeah, gotcha. So, well, I guess you're a pretty busy guy doing the real estate and the alderman stuff. Is there anything else you're into too you want to tell us about? Or
No, it's just finding a balance between family, real estate, the alderman, different things that we get involved in. So, I enjoy it. I really enjoy being a part of the town. It's something that I feel fortunate. My grandfather was the mayor in the 1950s.
Really?
And so my uncle has been very plugged in. He just won a 35-year award for being involved in the city on different boards and commissions.
Wow, that's great.
And so it just got me involved in real estate. It just made sense to get involved with the city and understand how it works, and so I could make sure I could answer good questions for people. And
Sure.
and then I got the bug. I enjoy it too. So
Yeah, that's
I laugh all those times that in college when we were going through government affairs and things like that, and I was usually asleep during my classes. Now I'm paying for it.
No, right, yeah, you're catching up.
Exactly,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
catching up.
yeah.
So that's the way I look at
Yeah,
it.
gotcha. Well, we appreciate you coming in.
I appreciate you having me.
As elected officials, is there anything you'd like to encourage the town or tell the town? You got an open floor if there's anything you'd like to.
Oh,
to
goodness
communicate.
gracious! You're gonna give me a soapbox right now. No, I appreciate that the love that we have in this city. The people express that we're being the city grew on the shoulders of our forefathers, and we're carrying it to move forward. And there's a lot of exciting stuff for Collierville moving forward. I'm very excited to be a part of it. So,
Yeah, we are too. So yeah, and good to have you as a neighbor, and glad you came in.
thank you. I
So,
appreciate
great.
being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.